The honourable member for Kings West.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I am pleased to rise in my place and respond to the ministerial statement around this very important issue, and I would like to thank the Minister for an advance copy of his statement. On behalf of our leader, the honourable member of Annapolis, as well as all of my caucus colleagues, I too would like to welcome Chelsea and her family to the gallery today. While today's statement simply reintroduces Nova Scotians to a program that has been ongoing for some time, I believe as legislators, we should give credit where credit is due. Through all of the to and froing that happens in this legislature, we should never underestimate the power of one person to make a difference in the lives of Nova Scotians, and indeed, that one person is the late Marilyn Mackay. Many people in this House would remember Marilyn. She was introduced to the people of Nova Scotia through the dedicated efforts of my colleague, the honourable member for Richmond. Marilyn spent the 6 days of her life waiting for a double lung transplant, fighting the former Conservative government for fairness, and she did make an impact. She became an advocate for all Nova Scotians that needed to travel outside the province for life-saving health care procedures. It was through the persistent efforts of Marilyn and the hard work of the Nova Scotia Lung Association that we are where we are today. You know, it's interesting. Chronicle Herald article dated October 28, 2009 has put this whole ministerial statement in perspective. During that media interview back in 2009, Trevor Umla, a double lung transplant survivor, stated, and I quote, "If it wasn't for Marilyn, these programs would not be in place. That's what it boils down to. She was the one who put the face to the program." If there is any lesson for us to take from this particular program today, it is that the voice of one person, even when they are experiencing their most challenging of days, can truly make a difference in the lives of so many. I know Marilyn fought for what was right. She was right for doing so, and she was successful. As I stated from the outset, it's important to give credit where credit is due, and today is no exception. So on behalf of our caucus, I would like to thank the late Marilyn Mackay and her husband Ken and the Nova Scotia Lung Association for all they have done to make a difference. So Chelsea, you may not remember Marilyn 4 years ago, but remember this: she was the voice that made all the difference to you. And always remember, Chelsea, you and your family have made a difference in the lives of families as well by ensuring that the program was expanded. With those words, Mr. Speaker, I take my place.
The honourable member for Argyll.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I too want to welcome on behalf of our caucus Chelsea and her family here today, and do something that maybe sometimes doesn't happen so much in this House, in this legislature, which is to thank the Minister not only for the copy of the document, but also for his continued dedication to this file. This file, I think, is one that all parties have had a hand in over the last number of years. I quite remember my time as Minister, and thank the MLA for Richmond for his work on this file, for introducing us to Marilyn and Ken Mackay when their issue became so important. Mr. Speaker, all of us have our own experiences and our own friends who have had to travel outside our province for some time to receive some kind of health surgery or transplant or what have you. In my personal experience, it was a childhood friend by the name of Gilbert LeBlanc. And Gilbert was a CF patient and was in need of a double lung transplant back in the early 90s. And when this file did come up and this issue did come up on the Mackays, it was one that was easy to try to find a solution to, or to try to push forward. Because, you know, as much as we as politicians continue to advocate on behalf of our constituents, there's a whole bureaucracy there sometimes that needs a little bit of a push. And in this particular case, I think we all were able to find a method in which to push it forward in bringing up the ministerial exception, and then from there to see the government push forward on its issue of a full policy. I commend the minister for that. I commend both ministers for that, because it was a definite good move forward on this file. So again, on behalf of all those who do need to travel outside the province for this kind of service, I want to thank the government on this one, but of course to thank all MLAs and continue to push forward for just doing the right thing. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.